I was doing my nightly routine of eating, but I was kind of hungry, and I felt like my popcorn bag wouldn't be enough, so I decided I was gonna make myself a little bit more. And I was thinking about it, and originally I settled on bacon. Okay, now we have like those actual like full slices of bacon, but we have them in, like 12 packs, and I didn't want to waste a 12 pack, so I grabbed some bacon bits and some. And at first I was thinking I don't have potatoes and cheese. We don't have potatoes. So I decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to take an egg and a half. Alright. I'm going to mix them up. And then while this is all greasy and cooking and everything, I'm going to toss the eggs in to the grease and then the cheese on top. Now the main purpose of today is not, oh wow, how good can I cook? It's eggs. Anybody can cook eggs. The main purpose of today is creating as much of a bacon flavor as possible. Because I want bacon, but I don't want the guilt of just eating plain bacon. You know, at least the egg is protein and the cheese is protein. I might toss some salt, pepper, and seasoning on there. So let me go get my seasoning together. We're going to get everything prepared, and I'm going to record me putting the eggs in while the bacon heats up. Alright, we'll be right back. Okay, now I decided to switch it up a little bit just to make it a little bit less complex. Put all of my seasoning into a bowl with my 2 eggs. I decided to use 2 eggs instead of wasting them. We've got onion powder, garlic powder, a very small dash of cayenne pepper, black pepper, and then I like to use Himalayan salt. I think it's a little bit of a stronger flavor with it. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up the eggs so they're all ready. Alright, I can try to do this while recording, but I don't really know how well it's gonna work. For me, I'm not anything too fancy. I just use a fork. I just want to get all the seasonings put together pretty much and pop the egg yolks. So what I do is I just, like this. Just up and down, mixing the eggs, making sure that none of the seasoning gets stuck on the side of the bowl like this. And now you can see the yolks are all gone and the powder. And there was just a layer of powder in the one corner is now gone too. Is the stovetop turned on? It was not turned on. That would explain why the thing wasn't cooking. Okay, cool. Whatever, it's fine. So we're just gonna stir this up. Alright, and once this is fully stirred, you can still see the black pepper, but you can see it's not like, you can see it's all mixed together. Alright, so that's ready to go. I'm gonna have this, then I have the cheese, then I'm gonna have the cheese all set up beside the bacon. I'm gonna start recording right as I pour it into the bacon. Alright, we'll be back in a second. Okay, I would like to preview this by saying, if you can see the wires behind my head here, our kitchen's currently under renovation, so our sink's kind of off limits. So our stovetop is a little messy. But if you look, you see those bubbles forming in between some of the bacon? That's how you know it's starting to get ready. You'll start to notice that the bacon will start to pop and sizzle and, kind of toss itself over. Alright, you kind of want to look, I don't know if you can see it here very well. You see with that one, like that golden brownness, you want to start getting that on as many pieces as possible. Like I said, you can just use bacon bits. It's crunchy, they're good, I'm going to make it a quick little 12-15 snack. Alright, so these are starting to get right where I want them to be. So while those pop, I'm going to open up the cheese bags over here and get them ready and bring my egg bowl over. So 1 second. So my hope with this is that when I put the eggs in, it absorbs all of that good bacony flavor and grease and just makes a really good bacon flavored egg. Of course, with the other seasonings I added in. 1 sec, I gotta put you guys down so I can scoop it out of the bowl. Okay, now I mix my stuff up like this. I'm gonna put you guys down again so I can put the cheese in and we'll be back. Okay, so my 2 cheeses I used was mozzarella and cheddar. This is the 2 cheeses that we have, and I feel like they go best. Just basic cheeses, very common. I'm not gonna like list off where you can buy them because you can literally buy them anywhere. I'm gonna take this off the burner because I had the burner a little bit too hot, but it smells really good. I'm gonna use this old lid from earlier to let the cheese melt. Put it in there, let it melt, and I will be back with a taste test later. 1 sec. Goodbye, guys. I like to just take this time to discuss. Whenever you're waiting for something to finish cooking, whether that's baking in the oven or like my cheese melting, you should always take that time to clean up the mess that you've made. Whether you're living with family or by yourself, oftentimes whenever you spend that time, you just you have to do it anyways. You have to sit there and wait, and sometimes there's such few time you can't go and like do a whole nother activity, it's like 10-15 minutes. You should spend that time cleaning up the mess that you might have made, Also, try to focus on like what you're doing during cooking. Something that I noticed is that when I cook, I brush against my legs and I get my pants all dirty. So I started to wear an apron, So I would suggest that. Like right now, it might seem like I'm doing nothing, but I'm actually just sealing up the cheese bags and putting them away in our fridge to make sure that I don't ruin them. I'm putting away the bacon too, and I washed out my egg bowl because I'm not about to put cooked food in raw food bowls. Remember that. Raw food and cooked food do not go together. Alright, so I would say that cheese is nice and melty. So I'm going to taste test this in 1 second, and I'll let you guys know how it is. To save on both, guys, we got the collectible Lightning McQueen child dish from... and I'm going to put eggs in and I'll be back. So intriguingly enough, I somehow managed to caramelize the bottom of my eggs. Forward, I know that I had my stovetop a little too hot. So I'll just have to work on that. I was just trying to cook the bacon fast, and I had it on max heat, and I kind of overcooked it. That's okay. So we're going to go over and sit on my couch with some family food, and we're going to taste test this real quick. Might as well not pause the video, because, when you guys are watching this far, I don't think you guys care too much. Alright, so we got... Ooh, we're going to set you up on pillow. Alright, here's our bowl of food. Alright, we're going to make a scoop. Trying to get a decent amount of bacon here. You see that cheese stretch? It was amazing. Now, I don't know if you guys can see, it is steaming hot. Alright, we got bacon and cheese. You can see the steam just radiating off of this. It's very hot, which is usually good. It smells very good, but I'm going to blow on it a little bit so I don't burn my mouth. I'm going to need to take a second bite here, because it's a unique flavor. Again, you guys can see the steam just rolling off of this thing. You can taste the bacon pieces very well. And then grease is kind of there, but it mixes well with the seasonings. It creates a really unique flavor palette. I didn't exactly measure it out. I kind of just tossed in whatever. But like I said, I think the onion and garlic, along with the Himalayan salt, in my opinion, are adding a really good flavor to this. And it doesn't taste like grease. Instead, almost was like mostly cheese. But when you taste it, I don't taste the cheese. I don't really know what I'm tasting here. Almost like some homemade sweet tea. And some plain water to rinse it out. We got a completely fresh palate. Piece that's not super hot. The first thing I'm hit with is a very strong bacon flavor. And the seasoning is next. I would say garlic is what I feel tastes next. No, it's onion. It's a very strong onion, garlic, bacon flavor, which I love. I don't like egg flavor much. No, I don't like egg. I just don't like an overwhelming egg flavor. And this here does it very well. It's a very bacony, cheesy egg dish. And you guys can see the steam is still raining off. And it's awesome. So I would say bacon flavor could be a little bit better. But the flavor itself is really good, I would say. Amazing combo. Going forward, I might add a little bit more either cayenne or toss in some white pepper. Just to add some more flavor. Or maybe a little bit more black pepper. But the onion and garlic do very well. do. And the bacon flavor is very strongly there. Going forward, I might add a little bit more bacon fat so then it renders down into grease. I didn't really get a lot of time to let some of that fat render down because I cooked it way too high. But it's something that I would focus on in the future. Doing a little bit lower temperature and letting it cook so then that fat can render down and create more grease. And I feel like I didn't have enough grease in there to maybe create as much of an effect as I want. But I would still say it's very delicious. So, I would say, consider trying this. Although I will mention, this tastes like a dish that would be way better with potatoes in it. Like, this is exactly what I imagine with some, like whenever it tastes almost like the smell of those, like, tiny little shredded potatoes at some stores. You know, I feel like if I toss some shredded potatoes in this next time, it'd be delicious. So, yeah, that's just pretty good. Pretty good. Compared to our cinnamon bread incident, this is way better. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.